Wait, what?
And we're back for another episode of Mindful Ignorance. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
It's your boy, Tonio, here with Prince Sua once again. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers, and cheers to y'all at home, as always.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. So as we usually do at this time, we're going to go ahead and start off with a little mental health check. Brother, you want to start it off tonight?
I do. Thank you for that.
All right.
So for y'all at home, as usual, let us know how you feel too. But for me personally, I'm well. I'm feeling elevated. I go through my hurdles every day. I go through challenges mentally that sometimes kind of freeze me in my place. But, I understand that if I'm given the gift of a brand new day, it's my responsibility to take advantage of it. So, I'm grateful. It's sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like life gets tough. I get stuck, but not stuck in a way of, like with finances. I get stuck where it's just, what happens today? And then what am I doing for tomorrow,
Yeah.
So for y'all at home, I definitely want to hear how y'all doing. If you guys have any input on that, let me know. But I'm grateful, and we're here, man.
It's good to hear, brother.
Taking advantage of it, man. Thank you.
Good to hear.
Let's get to you, man. How you doing, baby boy?
Man, long week. So mental health is okay. Am a little confused though.
Confusion is good.
Yeah, we had an election recently, and I know a lot of people were shocked by the results. And I'm here to console everyone because I know not everyone's mental health is doing okay because of it. I know a lot of people thought Kamala was going to win, but I honestly have to say I saw it coming. And I have to say, if you didn't see it coming, if you didn't see a Trump win coming, look, we're in a capitalistic society. It's competition. Politics is competition. If you are resting your laurels, or you want someone, if you think someone good or a good-hearted or a nice person is going to be our president or win an election, it's not going to happen. Like it's, if you want someone nice, or if you want someone, go to church, go to a community, find a like-minded community. But politics is like money. It's a game. You got to play the game. If you want to win, you have to play the game. Nobody plays Monopoly with their grandmas like, hey, grandma, you just landed on Boardwalk. Go ahead and get me around the next time. Give me $100. No, Granny, I need that 100 right now. And the next time you come around the board, I might have a hotel there. It's competitive. Like, I'm going to take you out, Granny. Like, this is Monopoly. So I want to say, like, I know a lot of people are hurt. I mean, it's going to be chaos. But we have to realize that it's a game. Like politics, money, you have to, and if you don't want to play the game, just get on the mountaintop, meditate, like find your peace. But it's a game. Politics, no good person or nice person is going to win in politics or in money. It's just competition. That's what capitalism is. So yeah, I wanted to get out of that way because, my mental health was okay. I did get a little sad because, I'm on Twitter, which is a bad idea, but it was very divisive. And I just saw people fighting each other. It was black versus white, men versus women, black men versus black women. It was just so divisive as soon as he won. And I got a little down about it because I was like, man, we have this thing that just happened and we're resting our laurels, our morals, our entire code on the White House, which is a competition in itself. You're literally voting for the most popular person. So it's competitive. And I don't think anyone should be shocked or saying like Trump's a horrible person or Kamala's a horrible person. Like it's all competitive. So it's a game. You can't expect things like that in a competition. So I just want everyone to find balance and find peace. I know it's going to feel chaotic starting out. It is already very divisive, but we're gonna get through this. And I feel like if you want to get something done, it doesn't mean the White House is something we need to do. It could just be statewide. If you want to get legislation done, if you want to get something done, get it done on the state level. It doesn't have to be the White House. The White House doesn't have to be our answer. If you want to get something done, look at the local levels. That's how you're going to get something done. So I'm glad everyone voted, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did, because now we're awake. America's awake now.
I definitely feel like, I'd love to gain insight on that. So, I mean, first off, you have a platform to address yourself on, and regardless of whatever customary cultures are in place when it comes to, you don't talk politics, you don't talk religion, this, and that. I mean, I personally feel like we're here for a reason, and that reason is to challenge those differences and to embrace who we are in a way of being able to receive that from an unbiased point of view. So for me personally, first, I like to acknowledge that I think it takes a lot for someone to have to come out there and to speak on something that they believe in heavily as you do. So I think for me personally, I would love to ask you, because remember, we don't rehearse any of this at home, y'all. This is on the spot. So
sorry, Prince.
I mean, so I like it. I feel like
it
for
just
me,
needed to be said. I feel like
we're on this podcast together, and I think that for me, I think it's deserving of my man Tony O here to allow himself to address something that I would like to know, which is how to me it seems like there's a little bit of something unsettling there. So like, how do you feel? What is your emotional impact? Like, what do you think has happened because of this whole turnout of events? It seems like was this not what you were in favor of? Or I'm asking, I would love to know your perspective.
So when it first happened, I was like, I wasn't shocked, because I kind of knew what short notice she had, and to have a women leader, like we saw what happened with Hillary Clinton, and it was just like, there was this creepy feeling in the back of my mind, like everyone is expecting Kamala to win, but I was like, I don't think it's gonna go the way people think. And I mean, hindsight is 2020, so I can't say I predicted it, but I was just like, I wouldn't be shocked if Trump won. But to see him win in the fashion that he won, which was just complete domination, that kind of shocked me. But if you look at the scope of America and what we are now, a lot of people are conservative. Even if you look at the Olympics, when they did the Last Supper thing, it was like there was a lot of Christians and Catholics calling in that were very upset, a large amount. And it was kind of like, whoa, we didn't know that faith was still alive like that. And me being faith-based, I was like, wow, and if you think about Christianity, it's kind of a conservative principle, and it's a conservative religion, even the Jewish faith. So I think it's not shocking that there would be so many conservative morals in the United States. But I think the fact that Trump won and who he is as a character, I think that shocked people. But it's like, come on now, like he's a superstar. Like you can't doubt that he's entertaining, that he has a hold on the people, or he has this, the way he talks, everything, the way he formulates things it's entertaining. And that's what America is. That's what capitalism is. It's entertainment. Kamala is very entertaining as well, but I think she's not a superstar like Trump was portrayed to be. And he's been running the campaign for damn near a decade now, like since he won. So it's kind of hard to beat that. And on top of her being a female, which I still think a woman running the United States would be the best for us, or having a man and a woman or a two-person, I think, because it's like, how can we run a country without that mind or without that mindset? So
do you feel, without giving too much of your private information, do you feel that you had an intention with who you wanted to win, or what person you like? I'm not saying who you wanted to win.
I feel like it's all going to burn. So I didn't have a horse in the race, because I feel like we're on the path that the Romans were on. And it's kind of sad to say that, but I think we're going to see a lot more chaos happen as far as our government goes. And I hate to say that, because I am a true believer in America. I believe in the American dream, even being Black and Japanese and having the atrocities of our past. Like, I still have hope in America, and I still have hope in somewhat of our system. But it's kind of like I just think everyone's kind of delusional when it comes to what we actually are. Like, we're capitalists at heart. Everyone that's competing, everyone that's involved in money. Look at the stock market; it's competition. Money is competitive, and you cannot believe in false idols. You can't have this belief in a system that's created on competition, competing over something that's not really real. I mean, money is a tool, so, but there's still competition behind it. So I feel like if you're upset and you're feeling a certain type of way for how the election went, I mean, just don't play the game anymore. Like, if you don't like how the country is being ran, go to another country, visit somewhere that, that might not have that capitalistic mindset. You'll see that, maybe you'll see people living happier. Maybe they won't be happier. You never know. Just get a perspective on something else if you don't want to play the game. But as of now, America is a game. It's Monopoly. You have to, if you land on Boardwalk with a hotel, you got to pay. That's just what it is. So,
I would like to ask, before we wrap this part up, because I think it's very, it's important. We're here on a platform and we are American based. So we're speaking on something that, in my opinion, I believe that's also extremely relevant. So I would say, if you were to address two groups of people, you have a group of people who are for the president and you have a group of people who are not for the president.
Yeah.
How would you allow these two groups of people to receive words of affirmation for what the outcome was? So, for example, the people against the president, what would you give them as words of encouragement? And then for people who are for the president, what would you give them as words of encouragement? Just something simple, like in your heart, what would you like to extend? I feel like it would be the
simplest. I feel like it would be so simple that it's almost like words. I feel like words wouldn't, do it justice. But I think for the people who won, congratulations. For the people who didn't, keep your head up. Like, and I know that sounds like ridiculous to say, but like, how else do you handle competition? Like, how else do you give consolidation prizes? Like, second place is second place. You can't. So I don't know. I don't want to give them words of affirmation, but I just would like for both sides to show each other a little more grace. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if it all catches fire, we're going to be humans at the end of the day. Are you really going to be separating yourself from somebody because of a color they wear? Because that sounds a lot like gang culture. And as someone who was raised in that, I can see a gang a mile away. And if everything gets on fire and you're Democrat and you're a Republican, are you really going to be going blue or red? Like, no, it's going to be humans versus whatever the heck we're going against, even if it's another human. So I would just hate for politics to be that scarlet letter that someone wears when they're fighting another person, because we're already fighting over skin color. So now we're fighting over political colors. Like, I don't know. It's all just divisive, and I feel like at some point we're going to have to come together, and I think it's going to be something so tragic that we are forced to come together. And I hate that has to happen, to where we can't just come up with things to, like, as a unit. Like, look how ants work. I know we're not supposed to compare ourselves like that, but ants can build a bridge just using each other. It's crazy to see how they work. It's like, imagine what we could do if we actually did work together. So, I don't know.
Yeah, imagine what we could do. Oh, shoot. If we actually...
Hand down, man down.
What could we do if we actually work together?
Oh, boy.
I wonder.
Oh, boy.
I wonder.
Here goes the star.
Oops. What's in my hand right now? What? What could happen? What could happen?
I haven't seen the episodes yet, so I don't know. I don't get the reference, but I'm assuming that
for you guys at home who don't know, and this is not to take away from what my man here is feeling in a very deep and sincere way. The whole synopsis of what Star Trek is based off is we had to have a humongous world war, and we're going to call it World War III, for everybody to wake up and realize that after close to a third of the planet was eliminated,
oh wow,
everybody had no choice but to say, okay, you know what? Your weapons hurt, and your weapons hurt too. So how about this? we're devastated. Let's shake hands. Let's try to work together as a race of people, and let's come together and let's see what we can do to help each other grow.
See, you've been trying to get me to watch Star Trek. Why wouldn't you lead on with that? Because that automatically sounds like a fire
I
premise.
can't drop any of
Like,
that.
I couldn't even.
My brother, you got to take your time. You got to watch it for yourself.
That makes me want to watch it. The other stuff you've told me so
That
far
is literally the
hasn't made me-
foundation of Star Trek. Star Trek, the whole reason why we have ships is because Earth as itself is now able to say, hey, all of our people, we got rid of racism, we got rid of poverty, we got rid of everything. We are united as a federation of planets, and we are here to explore and travel the world, the galaxy.
See, if you would have told me that, I would have watched Star Trek so much.
Man,
Because
how
I didn't
can
know,
you not
like,
see Star Trek t-shirts everywhere and not want to watch Star Trek?
I don't know. I've
brother?
always been a Star Wars fan, and there's always been devices. See, there's
Y'all
a
need to
division.
comment at home and
There's
let
a
this
division.
man know what he be missing. You
I
know
do
what
need.
saying?
I'm gonna start watching Star Trek. I didn't know it was deep like that. I thought it was
it's
just somebody exploring
Yeah,
space.
say
I
it.
didn't know that
Say
the
it for
Earth
my
was.
people at home so they can
No,
hear. Say what you thought it was.
I'm not messing with them Trekkies. Them Trekkies a little intense. Might have somebody come by with a Vulcan grip and try to put me to sleep.
How you doing, brother?
I'm like, hey man, what?
How you
Put me
doing?
to sleep right now? T. Libra's a Vulcan.
Right. So I mean, for y'all at home, like I said, I would love to hear you guys comment. I want to extend my thanks to you for sharing your personal aspects
man,
in regards
I
to
had
this,
to. I
you know,
had to.
political aspect of life. Because here on Mindful Ignorance, that's what we are. You know, we're mindful, but we're ignorant, and at the same time, it's like we don't know what we know, but we also know what we don't know. You know,
exactly.
so here we are. You know what I mean? So cheers to you, bro.
Cheers,
I think
bro.
that's deep that you were able to do that.
Pray for unity.
And you did that in a place of sincerity, and you know, here we are coming together.
Yeah, man. So how's your week been, brother? Have you seen anything that's been
Dude, you
a
know,
little crazy, a little
things
funny?
have been well. I will say, I have a trip to the Philippines coming up soon,
Okay.
and
Yeah, that's big.
I cannot wait for you guys at home to partake in this. We're gonna try to do a session out there where I'll be out there, hopefully filming. But I definitely will be gathering a lot of footage. Like I'm talking a lot of footage. And you know,
Why
what I
sue
mean,
it?
we'll definitely have a commentary episode on it too. So y'all stay tuned. If y'all have any ideas of what to do out there in the Philippines, shout out. I think we're hitting up cities like Cebu. Cebu's it's an island out
Okay.
there. Another island called Boracay, and the main plane lands in Manila. So I did this last year because we had an end of the year event for a company that I work for.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, you know, we sit there and we take care of all of our Filipino people out there. And I'm not going to lie, like those people out there, you know, shout out to the Filipino people. Like that is a culture to me. It's like one of the last untouched civilizations that are getting the taste of, you know, world money, like Americans, Australians, like people are bringing in their money to this place, but they're still holding on to their foundation of what they believe life is, which is it doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're wealthy, like you stick together, you have your family units, you guys have a structure of what family means. And you know, they're all about food, they're all about water, like everybody's about hustling
they got me on
out
that.
there.
They got me on that.
And you know, I mean, so for me, like I'm all for it, but you know, I think it's nice to go and visit a place with where the culture hasn't really been tainted too much. You know, I feel like, you know, America, they call it Western civilization. They're Westerners. We're influencing everyone. We're world influence now. So a lot of people, they do their makeup differently. You know, a lot of people know how to make up on their nose and make the nose look slim, you know, make the eyeballs look bigger, make themselves look Western because of, you know, social media. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend every human being should be visiting the Philippines at some point.
Now, as far as
You too, brother
what's
man.
it's happening soon. What's a food that you're very excited to try that you don't think? Is there anything like lumpia?
So let me break it down this way.
Balut.
I love lumpia. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I'm loving. I can't wait to try the lumpia out there again. And I'll say that one of the great things about the Philippines when I was there recently or last year was to me, it's kind of hard to travel places and try their food when, for example, in America, regardless of what we have processed in our food, that's a whole nother topic for another day. Because of some of the aspects that we go through to raise our food, you know, our grass-fed meats and our organics, sometimes the food that we make in America ends up tasting better than the food when you go to the actual country that food's from. So, for example, you know, no disrespect to any country, but within Mexico, like I enjoyed a lovely amount of tacos and good food, but it's like something about Americans using like their ingredients and creating
Right.
the same dishes from those certain places in Mexico. You know, it's
Right.
like, oh, this taco tastes a little bit more filling, or it's more abundant, or it
Right,
has
right,
more
right.
of a flavor palette to
Right.
it. But I mean, the Philippines was one of the places where I've traveled, and instead of, like, you know, I've had, for all y'all at home, we're in LA, so I mean, we have a lot of Filipino restaurants around us. But
One of everything.
when I went to the Philippines and had that same Filipino food, like the pancit, the adobos, I love adobos. Their food in the Philippines actually tasted even more fresh, like more
Wow.
rich.
Wow.
And I've never had it. I don't know if you ever had pineapples, but pineapples out there don't taste like pineapples here. Like those
Interesting.
pineapples taste like it's like the nectar of the gods almost. Like
And see, that's saying something,
delicious.
because it's, from a culinary standpoint, they said California is like prime real estate for fresh fruits. And
No, and I
well,
believe that's what I'm saying. It's something
wow.
about like just, and I think it's because the Philippines is it's in that area, just like, you know, Japan. Like these
Yeah.
places are all like tropical
They have
islands.
the water. Yeah.
You know, so I think they get a different a flow of
Yeah.
energy. But y'all let me know at home. I'm not an expert, so
Yep.
I looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to share this with you guys at home. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
cheers,
mean, I'm
safe
looking forward
travels,
to
bro.
it, man.
I can't wait to see the vlog. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, for y'all who don't know, it's a 15-hour flight to the Philippines.
Oh yeah, but you ain't gotta worry about that, brother, because you get the first, you get that business, that them flyer mileage points on that
Who?
one. You
Who said
that
that?
lay flat.
Who said that?
Amen.
Who said that?
That's God's blessing right
Yeah,
there.
that was my uncle. That was my uncle. Wonderlust right there. That wasn't me.
Oh man, please, it's not. That was a whole ooh-wee. Let's not mention that. For y'all that saw that Halloween episode, I don't know where they went, but they are gone, and I am happy they are gone. We still got lawyers working on some of the stuff that T. Lieber left us with.
Yeah, we won't mention that name.
No
Nope.
more. It's like the boogeyman. You see him enough times, he's gonna pop up.
Nope.
All right,
I'm
brother.
wearing glasses
And
out
on
for a
that
reason.
note, we're gonna go ahead and get to our commercial non-sponsors.
Cheers,
Cheers,
y'all.
brother.
Cheers, you Goldie. Cheers, to my boy.
Yes, sir. And we're back from a little minor refill, and we're gonna go ahead and get into these little topics. Here we go. Cheers, my brother, one more time. Cheers, at home. All right.
First off, really quick, I would love to address something.
All right.
I'm sipping on something new today, but I want to know what you sipping on, because I feel like
Got the
we've
rosé.
received a lot of information from people at home who are curious on what we sip on. So, what are you sipping on today,
I
my
got
brother?
some pink water from the
Pink
lands
water.
of Himalaya.
Pink water from Himalaya.
No, I got the, yeah, I got the I got a little bit of rosé.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Rosé?
sticking. Yeah, I'm
Rosé?
sticking to rosé. A little sparkling.
Jose? No
Yeah, it's
way,
pretty-
Jose.
No, it's really good.
I
It's really
respect
good.
that. Okay, okay.
And what are you sipping over there, my brother? It's looking a little tealish.
Yeah, so for y'all at home who aren't aware, there's this thing, I don't know where it originated from, but it's a tea called butterfly pea. PEA.
Butterfly
PEA.
P. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and the amazing thing about this tea, because of the herbs and the mixtures of minerals, it literally makes it turn green. So it's like a greenish bluish color right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I recommend it. It's actually really good. I respect it. You know, I personally like to stay away from caffeine as
Yeah.
often as I can, because I'm trying to be on my natural hype right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes the caffeine would just take me through the moon now. So yeah, man, it's a good calming
balance.
tea. So butterfly pea for y'all at home who don't know. And I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm sipping. I have a mixture, butterfly pea, and I also got the lemon and ginger mixed with that bad
Oh yeah,
boy.
yeah. Get rid of
You know what I'm saying?
antioxidants.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So now you brought something to my attention, brother. We've got to address it, because you know I like smoke, so
Yes, this man.
I like a
He
little smoke
does,
every
not
now and
me.
then. Every now and again, I like a little smoke.
Yeah.
So go ahead, and I'll let you dig into it.
What?
'Cause
What you talking about, boy? You gonna set me up?
so we had a comment
Close
recently
your ears.
by one of our avid listeners, I would like to. He probably is avid. I don't know.
Oh, I see where you're going.
So we had a Captain Obvious situation, and we love the comments. We want to thank you guys for the comments, and I know my brother here is going to show you some grace. I like to cook though, so yeah, I'm glad you left a comment, homeboy. But to be honest, I don't care. But my brother here is going to go ahead and we're going to dig into something here. We're going to ask AI, and this one goes out to the guy that left the weird comment because it's weird. So, yeah, but brother, I'll let you dig into it. What was the comment that was left? What was the question?
All right. So first off, I will address from my perspective for the fact that someone had to watch one of our videos and had to go and take that risk to put himself out there.
That's a risk.
I give you credit and I value who you are, man. So respect to you. I don't care what you said. For the fact that you let us know that you heard us, I have studied and developed enough of a mental capacity to understand that you have a question, there's a concern there, and you're bothered. And here we are to address it for you, my good friend. So I got you, man. Just take it easy with us.
Talk to your mama.
So, where was I going with all this right now?
So we're gonna go and ask AI. So I know the question. The comment was.
So the comment
because we had a question that said
in a sarcastic way.
Sarcastic.
I mean, I could be projecting. He could have actually been serious, but
I doubt it.
The way that the comment was, oh wow, it's I did not know that this is how lying. He's like, oh wow, so this is what lying is. So
yeah, previous episode
we
asked,
gonna teach me about why water is wet, something like that.
Interesting.
So, you know, I mean, for me, the first thing to click in my brain is, first off, thank you for watching. Secondly,
like and subscribe.
Thank you for exactly.
We welcome haters.
You know,
I love haters.
The third
That's
thing
definitely.
is, you know, honestly, why is water wet? Have you thought about that on a metaphysical, like quantitative level?
I don't think he knew what the concept of this, the concept of this podcast
why
is.
Why is water wet?
With mindful ignorance,
exactly.
Buddy.
So I mean, for me, it's like why?
So Trevor, we're gonna go ahead and answer your question.
Like, why is water wet? So I think that deserves.
We'll start that off.
Out.
That's a good question to start off with. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for him to tell me what his answer is first. So you will be receiving a response from us,
and we'll put another short out for you to leave another comment on. That'll be. I'm very interested to see what you have to say.
Yeah, I'd say before we start a rock paper scissors game, let me ask that question just to get it out the way. So,
oh no, that's gonna be the first one. I'm gonna let you. This was a freebie tonight, brother. This one's on you. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get a freebie tonight. All right. Well, you'll start it off. I got my question.
Let's see what's up. Why is water wet? For you, my good man. Ooh, an AI has generated an answer. So before I answer this question, why do you think that water is wet? I want to say his last name was Lewis. Why is
you gonna put his government out there?
Why is water wet?
His whole government out there. I
mean,
right?
If you look at the video and you comment yourself, it's public domain. So
yeah,
you're gonna see who it was anyway.
I mean,
that's a shout out to you, my good man.
That is a good shout out.
I hope that we get you to like.
I wanted to cook you originally, but it's all right. Okay.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, I would say I did not know why water was wet. I mean, I'm like, okay, I could say like, oh, water is wet.
Yeah, we had an inkling of why water is wet.
Yeah, but here on Mindful Ignorance, you ain't gonna get away with just, oh, water's wet. No. Why is water wet?
Yeah, let's go.
So why do you think water is wet, my brother?
I think water is wet because it is water and it's wet. Like, as crazy as his comment was, like, I think his mindset was actually mindful.
Did that just happen right now?
It's because water. Why is water wet?
It's
wet.
It's wet.
So that's why it's water. Like, he actually might be. He might be inquisitive. It might have been.
You ain't sending them but two things: water and wet.
Yes. Hey man, I'm just answering. He asked the question.
Getting deep.
I feel like the audience member asked the question. I feel like we got to give him an answer.
I mean, okay.
I mean, he asked the question, so I mean, I think we should just give him the answer.
All right.
Or AI will give him the answer.
Yeah, AI's got the answer. I mean, For me, I would say, of course, it's gonna come to some kind of a like some molecule thing that I've probably not even ever heard of. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know that water makes you wet, but
Pause, brother. Hey,
I mean,
pause. No diddy on that one.
Prince Sua in the building. Nah, but I don't know. So okay, you got your answer, you got mine. Let me see. This is our special shout out question from a boy. All right, so there are 3 key points, and I'm going to review them individually. So for my man out there, and for y'all at home who don't know why water is wet. So first off, they give us a definition of wet.
Wet. Okay.
So wet means
moist.
A liquid is in contact with a solid surface, so water itself is not wet, but can make other things wet.
Wow.
Now, here's a synopsis behind the science of it. Hydrogen bonds. Water molecules have strong hydrogen bonds which allow them to stick to other surfaces, contributing to the wet sensation.
All right.
And the last one is misconception. While we often say water is wet, technically, it's the object that gets wet when water touches it.
Oh.
So for my good man, water is not wet. But thank you for
it
playing.
It causes a sensation of wetness.
For playing today.
And I'm assuming this man probably never knew what the sensation of wet is. So maybe that's why.
But you know what? I welcome.
But we're here for that. We're here
to the family.
Yeah, we're here to give you some knowledge.
I'd love to feature you on our show, man. You will be getting a shout out on it. We will be responding to your comment. And I will also make sure that the link to this episode specifically
right to him,
right there for you. We'll put the timestamp and everything. Like,
so now you know what wet feels like, or you know what it seems
what
the sensation
wet is. It's a misconception.
I'm sure you've never known that.
So I can get wet, but water is not wet.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh. Science.
So he went from mindful to ignorant in the same
poetic
turn.
Science. Poetic.
Oh boy, you got to be careful in that comment section. It's a fryer.
Hey, keep coming. Bring more.
You're either it's either gonna be hot or you're gonna get cooked. So
I'm thirsty. Bring more.
Cheers, brother. Thank you for letting me know that.
Hey, man. Amen, brother. I learned something new today too. Thank you for my man out there at home too, and for all y'all who are listening in right now.
Yeah. And if you guys have any other comments, please approach carefully, because you never know. You might end up on an episode.
And just ask random questions. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a dumb question. As everybody says, there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Only dumb people.
And dumb responses or dumb statements and comments. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, man, let's get that out there. All right, so we got the freebie out. All right. Thank you again. What's up?
All right, now, my question, my mindfully ignorant question.
Here we go, y'all.
This one is actually a political one. What caused the fall of Rome?
What caused the fall of Rome?
Yes, what caused the fall of Rome?
What caused the fall of Rome?
Rome.
All right, let me think about that. What do you think caused the fall of Rome?
I think the government. Which will tie into a lot of
like the Roman government.
I think the government and their
so they caused their own fall.
I think their leadership caused the fall of Rome.
So Rome leadership. Do you have any specifics on that, or do you think?
Who was the leader at the time? Was it Caesar? I think Caesar was the one that was. Yeah, I thought.
All I know.
Yeah, me and
Trojans.
Yeah, we got taught Black history in school. So
it's Magnum Trojans. That's all I know.
He's the Magnum Trojans.
I know.
And the art of wetness.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
I didn't know you like to get wet. Yeah, I think it was the ruler of the time, which I think was Caesar. But if it's not that, it was definitely the government. I think their leaders in the government caused the fall of Rome.
Okay. So your question was, what caused the fall of the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
For me, I would say it definitely would be something close to your answer. What I think AI would say is they're going to break down a synopsis of the similarities of government versus the leadership failed to the people. Maybe there was money owed, or maybe the system didn't go as they expected, or someone was manipulating, someone was lying, someone was hiding. I mean, I can only talk on basics because I don't really know anything too much about the Roman Empire. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know if it was Caesar though, but it might have been. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. Let's take a gander. All right, what was the main reason for the fall of the Roman Empire? Ooh, and they have generated us an answer. AI overview.
AI is learning at an increasing rate.
Dude,
increasingly alarming
this
rate.
is interesting. So there's two sections, and I want to read both of them because they both seem interesting. For the first one is just a general summary, and then the second one is just I'm just going to read the subcategories. So the first one says the main reason for the fall of the Roman Empire is considered to be a combination of factors, including constant internal political instability, economic decline, military weakness, and a series of barbarian invasions. With the division of the empire and subsequent weakening of its borders playing significant roles. However, no single cause is universally agreed upon by historians. So the key points about the fall of the Roman Empire: barbarian invasions. I've never heard of this before. So Germanic tribes like the Visigoths, Visigoths, Visigoths,
Yeah, Visigoths.
Visigoths, and Vandals took advantage of a weakened Roman military and launched attacks on the empire's borders, eventually establishing their own kingdoms within the Roman territory.
Wow.
That's really unique.
Wow.
Then the next one is political instability. Civil wars were basically wreaking havoc on them. Economic decline, overspending on military campaigns, high taxes, inflation, and
Wow.
a declining agricultural output weakened the Roman economy. So it's kind of
Why does that
like
sound
relevant. Yeah.
eerily?
And
That's very eerie.
military weakness. The Roman army became less effective due to internal conflicts, reliance on barbarian mercenaries, and difficulty defending the vast empire's borders. And the last one is the vision of the empire, the splitting of the Roman Empire into East and West by Emperor Diocletian. Diocletian further weakened its overall strength and ability to respond to threats. Wow. So I wanted to read all that so you can allow it to be heard. So yeah, man.
After hearing that, another question immediately.
Little freaky.
That's eerie. But as you were reading that, another question popped in my head. And I know we've talked about this and we have had theories, but if you mind giving me grace for the second question.
All right. Well, first, is your question in regards to what happened? Like, would you want to share your response on that?
I'm shocked because it's eerily very similar with the exception of the invasion, but the borders, but the borders, and I mean, all it takes is establishing. Yeah, I don't know.
I think to put it to the grand scale, we also deserve to hear how big that Roman Empire was and how the influence was practically worldwide. So
yeah, we're gonna have to.
That was a big empire. So yeah, I definitely stay tuned for some more information on that, y'all.
That's very interesting, very eerie. Man, the next question would have been like, what are signs that you're in a simulation? And this is because it just.
My bad. I couldn't help but laugh at that.
I played Civilization. I played this game called Civilization, and when you it's a simulation game, but it's like you can lose the same way over and over again. You can win the same way over and over again. You
meaning strategy is just it's to the birds. Yeah,
but there's all kinds of different ways to win and lose, but. I've played the game sometimes where I've won the same way or lost the same way in the same manner. And this is feeling a little bit like, I'm not saying we're in a simulation, but I would like to know what AI's answer is. Like, what are the signs? Not because it's not the question of are we in a simulation. I would like to know what are the signs. What would be the telltale signs that you are actually in one? And
so I think that's the question would be, if we were in a simulation, how could we tell?
How would you know? Yeah. Which I think might break AI. I think my weekly goal is to try to ask something that's gonna break it, or like stump it.
So before I ask that question, you know my favorite thing to do is
You're gonna ask
give me 3 things that would. What do you think? Ed
that
would
would
say?
tell. Damn.
What are 3 things maybe?
I hate to say it, but one I think is already what we have is deja vu. I think that would be one.
Okay.
Deja vu would be one.
Who are you? Oh, hey, what's up, man?
It's like deja vu. Deja vu. Deja
what?
Glitches. Glitching.
I had this tea already.
No, deja vu. That actually glitching. Glitching
Deja
would
vu.
be a second one.
I think that's a very educational response.
I think deja vu. Glitching would be one.
Glitching, okay.
A glitch, like where you just like, what the hell was that? Someone just jumped from, like, that's not okay. Another sign that you're in a simulation. Man, I would say a big sign would be like something. Man, that's complicated. I can't. I would say something going from 3D to 2D, like something just flattening or like just out of nowhere, like this glass just turns into a piece of paper, just flattens out. Like I guess that would be constitute a glitch too, but I think deja vu, glitching, and like dimensions, like changing, like dimensional changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say similar to yours. The only thing I could really think of in that moment, because I feel like there's a way to justify a yes or a no or right or wrong to anything.
Right.
You know, here out of mindful ignorance, welcome. But I feel that I think to add on to yours, I would say I can only think of one thing because glitch makes sense. Would be synchronicities. Like every time I was like, oh, look, there's 3 threes right there. Oh wow, there's 4 yellow cars in a row right now.
Right.
Like, you know,
Where
just,
did it come?
you know, or I'm sitting on a bus or I'm sitting in a taxi and there's like 3 people wearing the same color clothes, you know, walking outside.
Oh yeah, another one, doppelgangers, or people that are like create just like exact replicas or something. Or
dude, and you know it's amazing because I on a flight recently, I was watching The Matrix. They came out with The Matrix 4 on that flight.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. It's a really good movie.
I recommend that movie to everybody. Like,
yeah,
it definitely is. It's a good perspective. Like, it's a cleanser. It's a palate cleanser to perception. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. So okay, man, you trying to break the phone?
Let's see what AI says.
My phone, I think, is retiring on me.
Starting to wilt. Like, I'm done with
just
this.
Get rid of the internet service.
I am getting tired of answering your questions.
Let me see. If we're in a simulation, what are signs that we would know? Ooh, and AI is generating. Bam.
That's crazy.
You guys ready for this?
That's crazy.
All right. Here's AI's official overview. There is no definitive way to prove or disprove that we're living in a simulation, but some possible signs include. I have a drum roll playing in my random ear.
We're gonna have to add that into the
physics. The quantized nature of particles and fields, the uncertainty principle, and the discreteness of space-time. Next one is cosmic rays. If we're in a simulation, cosmic rays might appear as pixel-like chunks. Next one is mathematical equations. There's one more after this. The laws of physics that govern the universe resemble computer code lines and mathematical equations. Numbers and geothermic patterns are everywhere. And the last one is information physics. Information physics suggests that physical reality is made up of bits of information rather than fundamental phenomena like space, time, and matter. So they give a quick summary, which is, however, some say that it's possible to prove that we're not in a simulation because any evidence we get could be simulated. Others say that humans will never reach the technological capacity to realize the marks of a simulated reality.
Good Lord. This episode should have been for the Halloween episode because that's spooky. That is spooky. Because at first when you were reading it, I was like, okay, there's no signs like how you read with the war thing with the Romans. It was like we have similarities, but with that one, there's like no similarities because we still haven't figured it out. Whoa, yeah, that's creepy.
That is a mindful, ignorant question of the day right there, y'all.
Wow. Yeah, and then if you didn't know that water and wetness is a more of a sensation and not actually wet, but causes things. All right, never mind. I'm gonna get off that one.
Get wet.
On that note, cheers, my brother.
Cheers.
Stay wet.
Get wet.
May we. And we're back from our non-solicited sponsors. Unsponsored, sponsored, non-sponsored
Sponsors to the sponsor.
It's coming soon, though. We're working on it. Yeah, man. So it was a good episode today. I think we're going to go ahead and get into some closing remarks. As always, I just want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, watching our content, leaving comments, no matter how. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a beautiful episode, brother. Anything you want to shed light on? Or?
Yeah, I mean, as you guys at home, like, for everyone who makes it to this far in our videos, thank you for being with us and taking this trip with us. As you guys know, at the end of our videos, we like to take that time out to gift the world with our own versions of experiences to, just for any kind of uplift or words of encouragement. So for me personally, I mean, I'm in my heart, I'm feeling like I just want to thank God for everything that we are and all that we're going through. And I feel like if you guys continue to put God first, everything's possible and anything is possible. And I know for me personally, like, we start out this video, it's always nice to get insight on where we're at in our lives. But, I think that a part of our everyday reality is, yes, there are bits and pieces of happiness and joy, but you can't have life without the ups and the downs. I feel like, and it's not about running away from the downs so you can just stay in the ups, because then I think you get into alcoholism and, people using and abusing drugs, because people are just chasing that high.
Yep.
So I think for me, one of my biggest aspects of life was having to learn how to embrace the downs, or having to embrace the situations that I can now see as opportunities, to learn from. Because I feel like if you're waking up every day and you're choosing to live your life, then that's you saying, I consciously am choosing to receive everything that comes today. No matter if it's good, bad, happy, sad, like I got to receive it. No matter if it's up, down, healthy or unhealthy, you chose life. That's what comes with life. Because I feel like on the other end, you wake up and say, I'm just going to end it today. I'm going to kill myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with respect, like, that's all personal choice. And I feel like people can't sit there and say, I chose life, but I didn't choose all that stuff that came with it. That's what comes with life. So I feel like for me, just to you guys at home, learn how to find balance. Just live a balanced life. Expect the unexpected and embrace every aspect that you can with gratitude and joy. But when you are struggling or challenged, turn to your loved ones, and also turn to God, turn to yourself, and know that you're going to get it. You're going to get through it. So
you're enough.
Cheers to y'all at home for that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, go ahead and give them that words of Tonio wisdom. Dum, 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 dum.
For those of you that don't think water is wet, I wanted to let you know, water indeed is wet. It will cause a wet sensation. If you've never had a wet sensation, go out, get you some water, feel the wet sensation. Touch some grass. Let the grass touch you and get wet. I feel like that's my words of wisdom this week. No. On a serious note, though, in regards to the election and what happened in our divisiveness, I just want people to show each other grace. I want the divisiveness to kind of be productive. If you're going to be divisive for a reason. Don't be divisive just because of a color or because of, you know, how you look at someone. Like, be divisive over morals, over principles, over legislation, over laws. Be divisive in a constructive way that will move us forward as a race, because if not, the robots will take over and we will lose our humanity over the stupidest things. Do not be like the Romans. I just pray, I thank God every day for you, for my family, for everything, brother. So I just want people to show each other grace. If the election really hurts your feelings that much, I think just find peace, find your center. If you won the election, show the people that didn't win some grace. Be a good winner just as you are a good loser. I like Kamala. I like Trump. I think they were both very good candidates, despite what the rhetoric was and what everyone was saying. They're humans at the end of the day. They should be allowed grace and time to grieve, to heal, to celebrate, all the things that we're afforded in life. So, with that said, I just show each other grace and be blessed. That's what, that's my words of wisdom. So, as always, my brother.
Amen. Cheers to you, man. And cheers to you all at home. Always. Goldie, take them away, man.
Amen. Stay blessed.
I'm done.